In February 2019, FIFA ruled that Chelsea had breached the rules relating to the registration of players under 18. Consequently, their only summer acquisition involving a fee was Mateo Kovacic, who completed his transfer from Madrid a year after agreeing an initial loan deal. The ban has genuine ramifications for a team who, according to Transfermarkt, have an annual player expenditure in the region of £100 million, and who have always relied upon the short pulses of improvement that player trading can provide. But they'll now have to do without until the summer of 2020. Chelsea have been judged to have breached FIFA's Article 19, which prohibits the transfer of players under the age of 18, but with 3 key exceptions. A minor is allowed to move to clubs if a player's parents move to a new country for reasons unconnected to football, the player lives no further than 50 kilometres from a national border and wishes to be registered in the neighbouring association, or a transfer takes place between 2 clubs within the EEA. The player is aged between 16 and 18, and the club fulfills the minimum requirements of football training, academic education, and acceptable living accommodation and welfare. Chelsea were found to have committed 29 breaches of Article 19 and stand accused of serious and systematic failings in their dealings with minors. The authorities are reported to have been prompted to act after the signing of Bertrand Traoré, the Burkina Faso forward, who signed professional terms on January 1, 2014. Although he had turned 18, photos later emerged of Traoré, now at Lyon, playing for Chelsea in a non-competitive game against Arsenal in October 2011, aged 16. It is claimed that the club paid Traoré's mother more than £150,000 to secure a first refusal option on the player, in addition to an extra £13,000 to his club of the time. The investigation into Chelsea drew comparisons to a similar ruling in Spain, which saw Barcelona receive a 2-window ban in 2014. The Catalan side were sanctioned after FIFA had been alerted to, among 9 other cases, the signing of 13-year-old seung-woo. At the time, Lee was considered one of the finest prospects for his age, a future Lionel Messi, but he would eventually be sold to Italian side Verona for less than €2 million and today has a very different sort of legacy. In such cases, FIFA's digital transfer matching system is fundamental to identifying troubling cases. TMS is an online platform for FIFA member associations to record player transfers between clubs. Its use was made mandatory in 2010, and it now monitors minors from the age of 10 and upwards. It requires buying and selling clubs to enter details of the player and the transfer before gaining approval, and in cross-border cases before an international transfer certificate is dispensed. It's a key tool in identifying disparities and red flags. Now, in Chelsea's case, the Traoré case spawned an investigation into 92 other transfers, within which 29 infractions were found. The transfer of Andreas Christensen from Brøndby in 2012, for instance, also raised concern and was reportedly facilitated by a payment of £600,000 to his father. According to Football Leaks, Sten Christensen was employed as a talent scout for 4 years while remaining goalkeeping coach at Brøndby and carrying out no such work on behalf of Chelsea. When questioned by Danish newspaper Politiken, he suggested reporters contact Chelsea, commenting, "It sounds like a story you have got from someone in Ukraine or something like that. I have no comment whatsoever." It is understood that the London team avoided any form of censure over the signing of Christensen after the Premier League announced an amnesty in November 2015 in order to inform their new policies on the transfers of academy players. But similar cases continue to blight the game. Manchester City are alleged to have given a scouting contract to Jadon Sancho's agent, Emeka Obasi, worth £200,000 when the player, now at Borussia Dortmund, was 14 and playing for Watford. Liverpool were banned from signing academy players from other English clubs for 2 years in 2017 after reportedly tapping up an unnamed 12-year-old from Stoke City. And Everton's academy remains under a transfer embargo until November 2020, after they were found guilty of both offering inducements to family members of a Cardiff City player and of providing false information to the Premier League. Having admitted the charge, the club suspended their head of academy and launched their own internal investigation. So Chelsea are the most high-profile case, and FIFA's ruling has certainly made an example out of them, but they are unique only in the sense that the charges against them were proven and upheld on appeal. The practices of which they were found guilty, however, have been worryingly common for some time.